Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Timonium West show. Okay, we're not there yet, but we're going there. Let's see. Yeah, the Great American Train Show is coming to Ridgefield, Washington, which is about a half an hour north of here. So I will be leaving for that show right after this show, which I'm thinking I'm going to end early today. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm in I'm in mourning, but yeah, that was 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago for my Ducks loss. So at least Texas got some of the same medicine that the Oregon got, but did a better job, I think. But anywho, they almost had home field advantage. Let's see. I always end early. Hey, most of the time I go almost a whole hour. Okay, let's see who we got here. Dats from the Closet Branch was the first one, so he gets the cookie. Brad, Willow Creek Industrial Spur. Brother Dan in Ohio. Yeah, taking it to me about the Ohio State University. Winning, beating Texas. Lee, I think that's right. Enfield Road layout in the loft. Let's see, and then people joined after that. Andy, hot dog pilot. Dwight, and I missed John too. Hi, John. And John Knopfel. Okay, got it. And that's looks like it for now. Yep. Better keep your wallet in your front pocket while at the train show. I have just a small wallet. It only has my everything in it, but it's small, and I always put it in my front pocket. I switched from that around the same time that if everybody remembers the Seinfeld episode where, who was it? George or somebody was putting that big fat wallet in his back and he had to go to the chiropractor or something. Yeah. Okay. Papa John train show tomorrow, Taylor, Michigan. Cool. And I know there's actually another Great American Train Show. I believe it's going on right now. I think it's in Ohio. I think it's in Columbus, if I'm not mistaken. But they're having these all over the U.S. Yeah, small, big, don't matter. it's all pretty good as far as I'm concerned. So let's see, we got 11. We got 11 people watching. Thank you all for joining. And this is the second show and the 20th episode of Rocky's Off the Rails, right? My thoughts out to, even though I saw him post last night, JP down in Riverside, California, I think. It's a rough time down around LA. So my thoughts out to anybody. Pete Motley. Hey Pete, are you going to the show today? We should drive up together. Yeah. So what else we got? That was about it. What I had to cover today. I could end right now. No. Going through my stuff. Any N scalers? Are you a subscriber to the N Scale Enthusiasts Members Magazine? It's actually pretty loaded with pictures, but a lot of advertisements, microtrains, lots of microtrains in here. Some interesting ones that they've got, even though, let's see, some interesting loads in there. Propeller. Yeah. And this is just one of the magazines. I subscribe to 3 different magazines. Of course, the Eponius Model Railroader, which is now owned by a new owner, and they seem to be doing okay. Who's doing that? Fire something. Should say here. I don't know. No time to screw through that. I don't subscribe to Trains Magazine, but I'm thinking about it. And the other one is N Scale. There's an N Scale magazine. Of course, half of you don't care, could care less about the N Scale magazines. But how big a show is this? It's actually pretty good size. It's at a convention, not a convention center, but it's hosted at the county fairgrounds, where there is a kind of a convention area. It's so there's going to be about 6 different layouts. They say that there's a huge Lego Great Northern there. There's a few N scale. There's an HO scale from Beaverton that's going to be there. And there's lots of vendors. So I won't know. This is the first time I've gone to this show. First time I've gone to any train show. Yes, and I am hopefully hooking up with Steve 87 again. He's coming down. He's either there right now or heading that way in his car right now. I think he lives probably about 2 hours north, give or take. He's up in the Seattle area, and I'm down here in the Portland area. Fill my boots. I'm going to fill everything I've got. Let me out of there. It depends. I'm going to take my mic with me because I think this picks up better than the but it's got a cord on it, of course. Um, I'm gonna take my mic with me. Won't take any other cameras. I'll just take the phone, have that charged. Um, and I'm gonna try to shoot some B-roll, shoot some pictures. Um, what else? May even try to do a live video, pop-up video while we're there. If I can find Steve 87, maybe we'll do a short little live video sometime after I'm there. The show starts in just under an hour at 10 o'clock Pacific. You better end the show now and get going now. You don't to miss out on the good stuff. Like I got all the good stuff. Yeah, JP's always here, but he's not here today. So, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going down in his neck of the woods. I think he's east of all where all the stuff is going down, but it's really super dry. It's a highly unusual. Uh, it's highly unusual in LA this time to have fires. So, but super dry, and the last few years have been super wet, which means everything grew, and then it caught on fire this time. So my heart goes out to all those people out there who've lost stuff, and I hope it's none of our people. But I'm sure that out of 10,000 homes that went up, out of 10,000 homes that went up, there was probably model railroads in there. I'm trying to take a friend that has money with you. Yep. Well, I won't take Pete because I know Pete doesn't have any money. Um, do you have a big bag? And then Hot Dog Pilot says, "I married one, Dwight." Well, okay, we won't let that secret out. Andy, you married a big bag. Yeah, I don't know if they'll let me carry a backpack in there. So I've got some bags I can carry around. And Pete says to my comment, "You're right." Yeah, well, you are retired, so the budgets are different. Uh, hope she's not listening, Andy. I'm such a small show, nobody will find this, so I think the secret is safe. Um, they might search a bag on the way in. Oh, okay, yeah. Don't want to have anybody do any crazy stuff. Definitely. I hope they're searching everybody's bags. Yep. So what else we got coming up? I have just acquired, and I've got another one coming, a new place to store uh, m- my railroad cars while they're not on the layout. And I've got there's another rolling chest. Unfortunately, the specs were off. They said it would have fit under my layout, but it doesn't. So it's banished to the other side under the helix now. But it's got 6 drawers in it. Actually not that big, but to, not too small. And I'm actually going to double up. I'm going to build something like another. I'm going to build another things like little trays that I can set into. Yeah, that I could do that if I can pop the wheels out now because they've got that fitting. The wheels snap into the plastic insertion part in the wood. Um, yeah, and I could just take the wheels off of it, but then, well, I don't know. I could make it so it could slide around because it's on a wood floor. But I don't really. It doesn't really bother me right now that it doesn't fit under that main peninsula where all the staging is at. So hot. She hasn't appeared with a sharp implement yet. Okay. Um, hey, another Dan is here. Dan's model railroading journey. Welcome, welcome to the show. And did I miss anybody else? Somebody else show up? I know I got Pete, John K, Papa John Trains. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Back up to 12. Um, I had storage drawers under the layout, but I didn't like it like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's to each its own. I figure I'd rather put all the rolling stock under the layout than where I have it right now. I have 16 of these boxes. Let me go fetch them. I'm going to go on a little journey here. I'm still talking to you. But hold on here. Coming back. And these boxes are actually kind of nice. It's called a car case. It's a car case, and it flaps. You can open up, and you can store about 6 rows of cars in here. Let's see, I think it's about 2.5 feet long, about just under 2 inches high, and then what? It is just over a foot that way. So it's this way. It's about 2.5 feet by 1 foot. So these are nice. I have about 16 of them. I have about 16 of those, and almost all of them were full. And that doesn't include the ones that I'm not storing those boxes, which is the intermodal trains, which I put back into the Kato. Most of my intermodal is all Kato. I have a few others. Oh, welcome, Julianne. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so I've got about 16 of those, and I have been putting them above the layout. But it's not very accessible. So I'm looking at these other cabinets. So I'll have 2 of them now. I don't think I'll buy more. What I plan to do is, like I said, I'm going to take the drawers. Let's go on another excursion, off-camera excursion. I'll show you what the drawers look like. And I'm walking back to the train room. There's no stops. not these drawers. So you could just pull these all out and. All right. So this is not going to be easy because I don't have my other camera. So one hand, lay this down here. And I'm going to pick up the laptop. And you see, that's a drawer, and that's what it looks like. So this drawer is slightly smaller in size than the box. And I've just put the temporary layer. Happens to be my favorite one. I think my dad used to do this. Paper towels. Paper towels are down on the wood. So let's see. Yeah. Where's that at? Okay, yeah. So what I plan to do, because those drawers are about this deep, why waste that space? So I want to make a tray for each of those drawers that slides on and top and keeps that on top of there. And then another layer of trains can be there. Now, the downside of it is this. Now I won't be able to see anything that's in this second tray. Yeah, Dan, O scale deep, but I don't know the purpose of putting O scale cars in these kind of drawers because you'd only put like maybe 6 cars in them and they'd be full. In fact, as cars sizes get, like, think about G scale. Think about the room those take up. You can mail that box full to me. Okay, Papa John's. I don't think so. It turns out to be pretty expensive to mail things. You just got to be a vendor, I suppose, because shipping is not cheap. Although it is cheaper if you don't send it via FedEx. That's for sure. I was thinking 3. Yeah. Well, I might be off. I don't have my. I'm not going to go off camera and go get the measuring device, the tape measure. I'm not going to go and get that again. What's the weather doing here? Today, it is slightly sunny. It's not raining at this very moment. I hear that next month we're supposed to get below average temperatures. All of December was above average, like +4 above. February is supposed to be 3 below the average. So it's possible that we could get some snow out of that down in the valley here. But yeah, snow in Ohio. Yep, my brother told me he's got snow in his house. He showed me some pretty interesting pictures, and I think there might even be snow at my mom's house. She said something about winter wonderland, if I decoded her email correctly. Heavy frost here took the mud out and was slipping and sliding. Ain't that fun? My mutt is downstairs, and he's not going to be happy because he's going to be at home, stuck here, just like when I go to work, and he will be moping and sleeping probably all day, is my guess. That's his usual thing. Yes, Julianne, who is related to me, has confirmed that my mom has snow. Yeah, that's what I heard too, Pete. Snow I can deal with. Freezing rain and that ice storm crap. No, I don't like that. I don't like things that take the trees down. What's there? You can make perspex. Yeah, I could, but still, you could only kind of see what's underneath. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put on each drawer is going to have one of those index slots, right? There's a little metal thing that you used to be able to have. They're probably all stick on now, but I don't want stick ons. I want the little brad nail things in. And I see, I know you can nail into that wood because I screwed into that wood, but I don't know, it might not be the best. So I'll have to see what works. And then what I plan to do, I might even just make it out of thicker piece of foam core board, um, because it's very easy just to slice that up and then hot glue legs on it. Or I can put little pieces glued around the edge that are of the height. What I want to do is make it so the height can take um, the cars laying on their side or standing up for the most part. Even the high cube boxcars height that could be below. But maybe that's too high. We'll see. The drawers, the front of the sides of the drawers don't extend all the way to the top. But if I made a tray, I can make a tray with sides and just, hot glue some edges on those things, especially if I made it from foam core. And it would be lightweight, which means that wouldn't be too heavy. But I want to make it so you could actually pick it up and not dump all the cars everywhere. I already had I already dropped one car on the floor, taking it out of the other box into the other one because the coupler's caught, and took a ride to the floor. Fortunately, other than me searching around for some wheel sets that had dislodged themselves, so the color of my floor I got dark. So um, that is not exactly the best thing to go look for something that is dark brown or black. A little wheel set that's on the floor. Yeah, I spent some time chasing that around. So what's Dwight talking about here? Lay on your back, tuna dog, and let the dog pull you around like a hot dog. I don't know what kind of dog that hot dog pilot Andy has. Might be possible. So we're getting close to the close. So next week, again, this is getting harder to do because full back to full work weeks. Um, Back to full work weeks, and this one actually just kind of snuck up on me. Fortunately, I had it out because I'm going to the train show today. I had a topic to pull from, but yeah, um, what all train shows have everybody been to? I know that some people like may have been to Timonium, that was down in Maryland. That was also, I believe, the Great American Train Show, same kind of thing. Um, but there's all kinds of train shows that are going on all the time. Some places have more of them. On the West Coast, I think we get less of them. just because the number of people are less. Hey, Kyle, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Doc won't have you pull his dog around. She's a strong beast. Okay, yep. My dog is surprisingly strong for his size as well, but he's usually just lets you pull him around. I hit the Ohio shows. Yep. And Kyle says I haven't been mostly because one happens I'm busy with work. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Not all of us have the same work schedules. Some is easy and some aren't. Uh, Dwight, I've never been to one and have been to the train store, but it was so disorganized and smelly, really bad. Okay, and the guy passed away. Well, well, I forget how good I have it up here. We actually have a number of hobby stores right close by. Actually, more that I think than they do up north in Seattle. I think Seattle only has a couple, and it's a bigger city. Um, yeah, I can imagine. I'm not really sure which part of New Zealand you're on, but don't know if you're on the North Island or the South Island. I would think, was it Auckland? I would think Auckland would have one, but Auckland, even though it's a big city, is not big compared to here. An hour away from Lombard, but yeah, Lombard Hobbies is a good hobby store from what I see. You know, our friend Ken Patterson's always talking about him. Oh, he's on the South Island. Oh, this explains more. This is, and if you're south on the South Island, it's even more remote. Papa John says, been hit by some Michigan snow, want to hit Pennsylvania. Shows slowly spanning out. Okay, good, good, good to hear. So this was about as far as I was going to go with the show. I want to get prepared and to drive off so I can be at the train show shortly after it opens. You know, after all the masses have descended and bought all the good goodies, like Dwight says, I need to be there. Um, can you teach me about replacement wheels? I don't know which is using 33 or 36 wheels, and I have no idea about axle length and by brands. Sounds like a good topic, one that which I would need to get boned up on. I've kind of winged it and hope that when I ordered wheel sets in the past that they actually matched. I usually try to get like if they're matched to micro trains, I try to get those. Um, Best bet is probably hope that, especially if you have used equipment that you've bought, that you've got a measuring caliper that's pretty fine so that you can measure um, the axle length. And then the other one is to measure the wheel set themselves. I think doing most of my wheel sets at 33 inches. And also, if I buy older equipment, even at at the hobby shop, or even if it's new from the hobby shop, some of them have been in the case for a while, and they have what's known as the pizza cutter wheels. The pizza cutter wheels have got deep flanges on them, and I don't that tends to, if you've got anything that's even slightly high, they tend to get hung up. So, it's fairly easy to replace the wheels. It's not cheap, not cheap. Um, but we can go into depth. That's a good show topic. That's a good show topic. Um, yeah, so it's probably one somewhere in the country every weekend. Like you said, there's a lot of train enthusiasts, model railroad enthusiasts in the UK. Um, Maybe more per capita than are in the US. Um, and it's a fairly, what isn't cheap this day? Uh, yeah, that's a rhetorical question. Yeah. Um, but even so, I think even from a few years ago, uh, doing anything where you're replacing whole stuff in your fleet for parts uh, adds to the cost. Like going through, like I'm still waiting. I don't have the parts yet to replace the rest of the couplers on all my Kato Aces. So I pull one up here. This one actually does have the couplers replaced, and then those are actually fairly easy to replace. Just pop this little piece out and slide the Kato coupler in, and it replaces that just fine. And so that replaces it. Let me see if I can find one that I haven't replaced. Yep. Here, so you can see that's what the Kato couplers look like. So the nice thing about these is, if you're going to be pulling Kato consists, um, these couplers stay connected. They stay connected. The bad thing is they don't stay. They don't like to couple with those other couplers, especially the microtrains ones. They don't like to do that. You end up like picking the car up over and top. If I really score, I'd say relatively cheap. Yep. Yeah, so it all depends on what you want from your own equipment. Um, I don't keep. I definitely have replaced. So I had inherited some cars, mostly from my dad, that had the square Rapido N scale couplers. They kind of look like they're the horn hooks, those horn hook couplers of the HO scale. Um, I've replaced all those, so that took new trucks. I think I have some Cole Porters that I bought down in a hobby shop down in Pasadena, California, and those were none of those had trucks or couplers. So, anywho, 9:36. I need to get myself going, and so here's what to expect in the next week. So I'll either have B-roll and footage that I'll play for next week's show about the train show. I may do a live pop-up during the day today. That'll just be just if I do it, it'll be because of seeing Steve 87 there, and we'll see if he wants to do a live pop-up. And then that's where we're going to go. So As always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the show, and we'll see you all next week or maybe sooner. So, and yeah, Rocky says I need to do the tagline. Yep. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. With that, we're going to head out, and everybody have a great weekend. Thanks all for joining my crazy little show, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.